Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This is a recap from the Tuesday game. The Wednesday game moved to Tuesday to accommodate 2 new players because we were starting the Power Ranger game. And in it, this was session 0. So all we did session 0, which we might have 2 session 0s at this rate. And there's nothing wrong with that. But session 0 was mainly creating characters. We still have to mess around with like 6 other points that the game master wanted us to hit before the game really kicks off. And I think we've agreed upon 3 of them. So I got my character sheet in front of me. I made my character well before session 0, as well as 1 or 2 other players did. So we kind of knew what was going on, but the others had not, so we were helping them. So for my character, you have your origin, your role, what you present as if you want to be presented as a different color than the role that you picked. There's speed for the character, evasion, toughness, hit points, armor, proficiency, or armor you're wearing. Then you have your 4 stats: strength, speed, smarts, social. You start with 12 points to divide into your strength, speed, smarts, and social, however you choose. And then your role modifies that, and I believe your origin modifies that as well. But so how I broke my character down, I ended up with a 7 strength with all the extra bonuses. My speed's 3, my smart's 2, my social's 4. So I picked one of the 4 to be really good at. And I like combat, so I picked combat. Speed would also carry in combat if you wanted to build a character different than mine and be fast and accurate and useful with a ranged weapon compared to a melee weapon. Smarts has your like able to build stuff, your seeing what's around you, your alertness, your survival. And social is your ability to interact with people. If you've played any RPG, it's whenever you're talking to other people, that's your social skills. So that's what I got. Then from there you have sub skills for each category: strength, speed, smarts, and social. For strength, I have athletics, brawn, might, and conditioning. And no matter what character you pick, I recommend you put 1 or 2 points in conditioning from your strength. So at least have a 2, 3 in strength. Just my personal opinion, because conditioning will add to your hit points. This is a low hit point game. Most things do 1 or 2 points of damage, and 2 seems to be the max I've seen so far. And that's only because we've had a couple of combats play out with my characters that I've made for tests for the game, just to help the game master. So I put 2 there, so my hit points is 4. My hit points started at 2 for my role. My role's Red Ranger, so I picked the leader ranger, and I'll present as red. My origin is athletic. Your evasion, defense, or whatever is calculated at 10 plus your speed. My speed is 3, so it's 13. My toughness is 10 plus my armor plus my strength. My strength 7, my armor was 2, I believe, so my toughness is 19. And then out of the skills that I got under strength, my athletics is plus 3, my brawn is plus 2, my might's plus 5, and my conditioning's plus 2. Athletics is your ability to run and jump and stuff like that. Acrobatics is your ability to do flips and things like that. And that's under my speed. I have acrobatics 2, finesse 1, initiative plus 3. My bonuses in these skills exceed my stats in strength and speed because some of these bonuses came from my origin, others of them came from my ranger type. Smarts was 2. I had alertness 1 and survival 1. I had social of 4, so I took persuasion +2 and streetwise +2. And then something gave me a specialization in persuasion, so I took diplomacy, which would give me more of an advantage if I'm trying to be diplomatic. Other speed skills that I have written down that have no bonuses in is targeting, which is your ranged attacks, and driving, which is your ability to operate a Zord. My origin benefit of always training is pretty interesting, because part of its bonus is that I'm considered a D2 in any skill that I have no bonus in. So when I tell you that my skill is +3, that would be a D6. I get to roll a D6 in that skill when I make the roll. I don't remember if I'm rolling a D20 plus a D6. It's been a month since we tested out the combat, but I just remember that the dice is double whatever I wrote down on the paper. So my might of 5 is a D10. The maximum you can have in a skill without it being specialized is 6, and then you would specialize in it and gain a bonus for that specialty as well. I have martial artist, and I picked mixed martial arts Jeet Kune Do. I have a perk observing. A martial artist for 1 minute know how my abilities would compare to theirs. My hang up is that I'm a show off. And then you rolled randomly on a table, and I got, whenever people hear about my martial arts, they want me to show off and perform tricks, which is hilarious because that goes with my hang up. My personal power whenever I'm fighting is 2. So I have 2 points that I can spend during a ranger combat. And I got a power strike with my weapon, which increases by +1 damage. And it subtracts 1 of the personal powers to use that. I started with a blade blaster and a power sword. The blade blaster uses might and targeting. So when it's in blade mode, it uses might. It is considered sharp damage or energy damage if it's using the blaster part. The sharp damage is 1, the energy damage is 1. The power sword has reach. 1 or 2 hands is considered sharp for 1 damage, 2-handed sharp for 2 damage. And then I could add to that the power strike, and I could get that up to 3 damage. The energy attack with the power sword, I can do once per encounter, and do energy damage 3, but shift down 1. I don't know if that was the enemy or me. So there's a few notes on here that I obviously need to go back and look at and ask my game master, but this is the character build for the most part. Now we had to come up with what our ranger theme was going to be. He wanted to know what season we wanted to overlap with, so that way if he wanted to use some of the rangers from season 1, season 2, season 3, he could and throw them into the story, but that would just be his background so he knows what's going on. We had to figure out how we morph. We got like 3 more things to figure out. And our theme ended up being like magical beasts. I picked the fire salamander. So I'm probably going to try to go back as we level and add in fire elements to my weapon and to my defense in some fashion. At least that's my ideas at the moment. And that's our recap for the Power Rangers Session 0. All the other characters had all the other players had very interesting characters that they've created as well. So it's going to be very interesting to play out the game in 2 weeks. It's not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after we'd be meeting again. So look forward to seeing the next update. Until we all game again, guys.